Okay, so it's been a while. This is kind of like a life update. Some things about what's been going on because I haven't really been as active with my Allie on Point account, whether it's this one. I have quite a few videos filmed on different things, but I haven't edited them. I'm really bad about that. But also even on Instagram, I haven't been quite there. So there's been a lot going on for the last probably 6 months, 8 months that I just haven't really felt myself. I've been kind of down, and just ballet isn't even making me happy. A lot of it was my job, which I am now switching careers. My last day as an audiologist was yesterday, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I spent 8 years getting a doctorate, and it just wasn't what I want to do. But the work environment as well was very not pleasant. There are some of my best friends that work there, and that was great, and I do enjoy helping people, but there were some people more in management and things that just made working there a nightmare. We go through people so fast there because nobody can stand it, and we're underpaid, that sort of thing, and it's hard to find audiology jobs, so like it wasn't like I could just take one somewhere else and do that. So I decided to switch careers, and honestly I'm okay with that because I kind of think I should have been in something more along the lines of technology and computer science more so than in healthcare. So I'm now going to be a space planning analyst with a marketing company, which is completely different, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm really excited for this change. Okay, so sorry my battery died. But yeah, so there were just a lot of things that working there was making me very miserable. It was also like an hour drive one way. I was driving 60 miles a day at least, sometimes more, having to travel to multiple offices all over another city that's different from the city I live in. And yes, I could have moved closer, but I knew I didn't want to stay there forever. My family's in Cincinnati, and that's where I wanted to be, so I had no desire to be in Dayton for the rest of my life. I didn't want to settle down there. That was not my intention. But the drive was starting to get to me, which I have really bad driving anxiety. So having to do that much driving every day was really wearing me down. On top of, I'm an introvert, and seeing so many patients a day, because some days were just crazy, it wore me down over time. I was going home like every night and sleeping instead of doing anything else, not practicing ballet, not going to class, not even hanging out with friends as much. So there was a lot of need for change. Also, and I've loved living with my roommate, it's been great, but like I want my own space again, so there's been that kind of too, whereas I am kind of down here in the basement room, which is it's been great for me to live here, but I'm ready to be back in my own space again and have my own furniture and everything back out of storage, and have my little ballet space that's not just like in the corner of my room, which I'll show you, literally ballet space. And that's just not conducive to me wanting to do it. So I'm looking forward to all of that. So basically yesterday was my last day as an audiologist, and then I have about 2-ish weeks that I'm gonna leave for Florida with my family next week to go on vacation, which will be wonderful and a great just like getaway and end to my audiology career. And I mean, I'll still keep my license current, so it's not saying I'll never go back, but we'll see. But then like the day I get back from Florida, I start my new job, and then I'll still be living up here, but then like that weekend I'll be moving, like on Labor Day weekend, so that'll be, once I get the move out of the way, things will be a lot less stressful. But once I move, I will only be 5 miles from my new place, which will be a lot less stress on me. I'll still have to drive up here a couple times a week for church because I love my church group and I don't want to leave them, but I'm looking forward to all these changes that I think will be a really positive change in my life. One of the things that's also come about is that I messaged a company in Cincinnati called De La Dance Center, and someone had told me about it on Instagram a long time ago, that she goes there and it's great and they have a great adult program, but it was too far for me to be going. So I emailed them and said, hey, I'm gonna be moving down. This is kind of where my goal is. I don't wanna just do like an adult fitness class. I wanna do real ballet and improve, maybe take some private lessons. Do you have those kind of things available? And they were so positive and gave me so much options for what to do and private lessons and all of that. And to the point that I didn't respond to the email thinking, okay, well in September I'll look into that once I've moved. They actually emailed me again and said, hey, we just wanted to follow up with you again and see if there's anything else we can do and help you get started here. And that just made me feel really good that they really want me there, and that it's gonna be a really good place for me to get back into ballet, get back into being healthy again, because I've just been eating junk food like all my meals of the week and just sleeping and not working out. Can't tell you the last time I actually worked out. So like I'm looking forward to getting back into a good routine like that. And really excited just to see what all they have too. So that's gonna be good. They do a Nutcracker production that I think I could also be a part of. Now it's all gonna depend kind of if they've already started that by the time I come in, which they may have. I think they do a spring production as well. So like just all of that sounds really positive. So there's that. I put my point shoes on a couple times the last few weeks and noticed I have no strength left. My feet are killing me. I can barely stand straight in them. It's been bad because I haven't done class or done any point work or anything, not even TheraBands, nothing for months. I've taken like 1 or 2 classes here and there. I took one in San Francisco in May and one like 3 weeks ago in Dayton, and that's it. That's all I've taken since at least like April or May, and it's now mid-August. And so I really do want to get back into it. It's just been kind of a struggle, and it's been kind of a struggle for me to keep up my ballet Instagram because like I'm kind of motivated, but at the same time, like up here there aren't classes I can just be like, yeah, now I'm motivated, I'm gonna go jump into that class. Like I can't do that up here. So, and then I've needed to just find a place where I can be in ballet again. I haven't been motivated to go out and take pictures because like I said, like I live down in the basement of my roommate's house, which is fine, but like it's not the best for taking ballet pictures. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'll wait. We'll see. I'll probably take a bunch in Florida when we're there because I'll be relaxed and with my family and my sister, who's basically like my little photographer sometimes. So that'll be good. But I think these are all gonna be really positive changes. I've also been really focusing on my Disney Instagram because that's kind of given me a little bit of a different way to focus my happiness and everything like that I needed, if that made sense. And so I've been putting a lot on that too. With that, I'm kind of planning multiple Disney trips while my cousins still work there and everything because that's like convenient for me. So I'm probably gonna go maybe sometime early in the fall and then sometime like in December for Christmas or something. It kind of all depends once I start my job when I can figure out what I can take off and things like that. But so that's kind of in the works right now. I'm still hoping that maybe sometime next year I could go to England again and just go back to where I lived and kind of visit and meet people and take classes. But at the moment I need to get better at budgeting, and that is not happening right now. That's one of the things that's going to be a challenge, is that with my new job it'll be making less because obviously I'm going to go from having my doctorate and working in a field to going to an entry-level marketing job that I have no experience in. But with overtime, with all of their extra stuff and everything and bonuses, I will end up actually making more than I make right now. But I'm trying not to like count on that, and I really want to save that. I know I also should be paying off my student loans, but I can't even make a dent in those. So but I still want to make sure I'm saving up to do things like travel, but I also need to work on spending. So like trying to control that. I haven't bought a pair of pointe shoes in like 2 months, which actually for me is kind of a miracle. The last ones I bought were my custom gainers with the suede tips that just came like a couple weeks ago, and I haven't really used them yet because those are the ones I put on and went, oh my gosh, I can't even stand up in these right now. So I'm going back to traditional paste shoes like these Suffolks right now because they give me a lot more support, and I need that right now because I have no strength and no calluses left or anything. So I'm trying to think of what else. I did also get a new lens for my camera that I've told you guys I love. So this is the 42.5mm lens, so this is gonna be equivalent more to like an 85mm lens in a normal camera, which I will take with me to the beach and on my Disney trips, and I think it'll be really good. So this book is by, her Instagram is Ballet Librarian. She wrote this. I'm still not very far into it because this is kind of like my pool outdoor book since it's a physical book instead of on my Kindle like all my other books that I'm also reading. But I love it, and just within like the second page I was motivated. Like I was like, man, I want to be back in class right now, which is awesome. So I recommend, if you're in a ballet slump like me, or even just if you want to read a ballet book, this is a great book. Like I said, I'm not even very far into it and I already really like it. So I'm looking forward to reading it on the beach next week. I think that's it. But if you guys have any questions or anything, the only thing I can say further about if you're deciding you want to change careers, it's not impossible. I spent 8 years getting a doctorate and then 3 years in the field and decided I don't really like it. it was hard. I mostly got into this new position by knowing people, but you know, you can, any skills you learn, you can transfer to a new job. Like somehow those skills, even though, yeah, my skills are very specific to audiology and patient care, but there's still a lot of that that's used in marketing and customer service. It's like I sell hearing aids. I have to know how to market that. Currently, that's what I was doing. Now I'm going to go to work in grocery store sort of marketing, and that's very different. So, but those skills will kind of transfer over, or learning, I know a lot of computer stuff and that will transfer over. So all of those things are going to help. And now's the time to do it. Like, yeah, I turned 30 in a couple weeks and I'm really not okay with that. So I kind of thought I'd be married and settled down by now, and that's just not where God's got me going right now. But so I just think this will be a really good experience. I'm kind of getting off topic again, but now's the time to do it. I'm not like full into a career. I'm just starting, and I'm like, you know what, now's the time to change. There's a lot of room for me to move up in this company, as from what I've heard, and that's great, because in audiology you really can't. You're stuck. Kind of where you're hired is where you're at, unless you change jobs and find another one somewhere. So my parents were not super thrilled with this, but they understood that it's about what makes you happy. I was not happy in audiology. I was miserable, and I was a mess all the time, because I just felt very like, I don't really like what I do. I think I'm gonna like this much more. So if you have any questions about like switching careers or want to ask about mine, feel free to ask me. Thanks. Bye.